Welcome, everyone, to the college football playoff. The entire regular season has built up to this. 12 teams still in the running with championship dreams alive as we begin this first-round game in an on-campus setting. And our matchup tonight sets up a potential Cinderella story. The last team to qualify for this 12-team playoff on the road against a team that likely believes it should be resting and watching this first-round game on TV. This is a dangerous spot for the home team and a chance for the underdog to spring an upset and move on to the quarterfinals. As we'll see the number 12 seed in this playoff, the Louisville Cardinals. The kickoff team is out there, and here we go. The college football playoff about to get underway. And the return starts just inside the end zone. He tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. The Cardinals offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And here he comes, the quarterback. All eyes on him. He's the guy that just makes everything go.
This guy's Mr. Do-It-All. It's almost odd to say this about a quarterback, but he truly does. He's the echo of the coach and the connector of this offense. When everyone is hooked up to him, this team operates at maximum capacity, and that usually means their opposition is in trouble. I love how this quarterback is fighting this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
Running back has it on a screen now. Breaking free at the 35. They finally get him down, but a solid gain in that screen pass. Good call there. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. And they heave it deep downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Touchdown, Louisville. It was a foot race, and he won it. This offense comes out, immediately gets points on the board. Welcome to the playoff.
Man, that's coming out on the field with a purpose. Look, it's playoff time. Everything you prepared for is earned here and now. And that opening drive was the fruits of that preparation.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Return starts from inside the 5. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense comes out for their first possession today. All right, Kurt, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
First down here for this offense. Looking for some space. It's Fisher. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with are defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right here.
That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the fourth quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Can he get there on the ground? And it works. The first down to the 35.
It's a good job here by this offensive line and the running back. Listen, these guys have really had a lot to do with why they're in this playoff game, right? So give it to the offensive line in the back. Get the first down in this third and short. See what you can do from here.
Handoff here from the shotgun. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the first down yardage. Second down after that run on the previous play. Try to catch the defense with the draw. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Grab down the middle. It's Chang. An explosive play moves the ball across midfield and spot it at the 38. The Rebels pick up enough yardage to move the sticks. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Tackle made at the 21, but this offense is in great position to add more points.
One way to create a rhythm and really start to show your identity as an offense is to control the line of scrimmage. The offensive line here early getting a hat on the hat, and this back, as good as we've seen all year, with the ability to accelerate through the hole, positive yards, play after play here early in the game.
Offense moving to a bunch formation. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, there's that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer. Now we're starting to see this offense look like they've looked all year long. Listen, to be able to get to a playoff opportunity, your offense has got to be able to show an ability to hit throws like this on third down. They hit it, they keep the drive alive. Now they have a chance to put points on the board.
Second and goal play, spot the ball at the 9. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. Here's the handoff, testing the middle. Solid tackle, able to get him down.
Nice job by this defense on that second down, so we now have third down and goal. The offense could be thinking about 4-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal here.
Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. That kind of execution, a long drive, that's what.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up first downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
For an after, not right through. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Louisville offense is back out there on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? And he's going to float this one to the right side. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball. Gang set. Here's second down. There's the snap. They'll set up the throw. It's a quick grab. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from the first down.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Talk about quickness. That play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
Here we go, fourth down. They'll try to run for it. Just trucks through the defender. Heads out of bounds after a solid game, more than enough to pick up a first down. Early on, it's a fun battle to go to the national championship deadline at the end of one. Let's check out the early stats so far. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. Just runs through a man, a mismatch. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Chris, how about the offensive balance these last couple plays we're seeing from these guys? Not only are they balanced, but the explosiveness. A big run followed up by a big play through the air, and it puts a lot of pressure on this defense.
And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the...
And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down into the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust is going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football to the 25-yard line. And the powerful Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid game.
Well, the receiver does all the work here, man. And it's easy living for this quarterback. Really good footwork by the receiver, gets the separation, and at that point, it's just pitch and catch for the quarterback.
They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make... Are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
It's an RPO. The quarterback gets it out quickly. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Critical third down play for this offense right here. Try and muscle for the first down. Some hard running there through a tackle. And he moves the ball across midfield and picks up the first down.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. And with all this hype, the last thing you want to do is have to punt the ball. Come up with a conversion. Keep your rhythm, keep your momentum, stick to your playbook. Good job here, and see if they can keep that rhythm going.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Trying to find room. It's Fisher. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play. Offense set for the 6th play in this drive. Third down play here out of the shotgun. He's got it for a big gain. Tackle is finally made. Gain will move it down to the 23-yard line. The Rebels come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. First down, we're going to throw the ball. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offense is trying to create some matchups to their advantage. Man, this defense is so athletic. Nowhere to go here after this catch.
Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Running out of time in the pocket. And they chase him down outside the pocket for a sack.
Chris, I really felt the quarterback came off the fake a little bit too quick. The defense didn't bite at all on the play action. They saw the quarterback had the ball, attacked, and got the sack.
Quarterback escapes the pocket. Slides down to avoid the tackle. So on fourth down, they will settle for a field goal attempt. This will be a 45-yard attempt. Kick is good. Gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Louisville offense is back out there on the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? Opening play of the drive, quick throw to the left. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34.
Boy, really nice throw here to the slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. That's how dangerous he is after he makes a catch.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And here comes a deep shot. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
Looking to scramble. Looking to the end zone. And he'll get there. Touchdown, Louisville. They'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. PAT is good, so the lead now is 11. Now they get set to kick it away. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Rebels offense back out on the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Breaking free at the 35. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. So one play moves the ball to the 41 and a first down. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield at the 48. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. They'll have to hurry now. 2nd down with the clock ticking. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. He makes the grab. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. Offense stops the clock with their 2nd timeout to talk strategy. They attack the deep middle of this defense, but come up with a big play.
Nice job giving that quarterback time to throw. Good job of making that read to the middle of the field and working against those safeties, and a big play is the result.
That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down. There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Slides to avoid the big hit.
I just love the fact he doesn't take a sack here. In fact, I'm sure he can imagine hearing his coach saying it's third down, do not take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't quite get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yards.
And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So they settle for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And the Louisville offense is back out there on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop him this time. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. And he's in the clear down the right side. End zone ahead. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Cardinals. So it's still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now, Kirk.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the first quarter to establish the lead, the second quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Looking for a gap. It's Fisher. And the defense tackles him in what should be the final play of this first half. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Chris, we wondered all week what this matchup would look like. So much at stake in this win-or-go-home game, and we've been treated to a fabulous first 2 quarters of playoff football. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. That's going to do it for us here at the half. Time to see how this incredible playoff drama plays out, and for that, it's back to Chris and Kirk.
All right, thank you for the update, Kevin. Appreciate it. And the Cardinals will kick this away to get the second half going. He'll bring it out from his end zone. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Grab near the sticks. It's Nowacki. And the game just good enough for a first down. The Rebels will hustle to the line to crank the tempo.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that first down.
And the same runner's got it again. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
For the defensive coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. At the 10 now. Touchdown, Ole Miss. The defense looks slow that time.
What a long run for the touchdown. was caught sleeping or walking in mud. I can't pick which one. Maybe it's both, because the running back went right by them so easily for the big gain and a big-time score.
Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Louisville offense is back out there on the field. This offense scored some defense with a lightning strike. A one-play touchdown in the last possession. Let's see if they can duplicate that magic here. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. You set it down to the offense. 1st and 10. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 37.
Hey, nice RPO here by the offense. Defense can sit back, make it easy on the quarterback, hand it off up the middle. Nice solid gain. Stay ahead of the chains.
Makes a quick catch. But he's hammered by the linebacker. What a hit.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Offense facing a 3rd and short from the 41. Can he make the first down and avoid a tricky 4th down decision? They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this call.
Hold it. Offense.
Costly hold, nullifies the play, backs him up 10 yards. Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a 3rd down play. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for a deep completion. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down. Check this out. Offense going for it inside their own 40. Look at this. He'll go deep again. The catch is made for a huge pickup. No stopping and takes it all the way. Touchdown, Louisville. Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine. A playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. The last possession was just old school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. And with nobody open, he chooses to just throw it away. 3rd down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th. The Rebels will send the punt team onto the field. And they've got the returner corralled. And the Louisville offense is back out there on the field. They've really built momentum in this game. It's been hard to stop. And the defense makes some adjustments, come up with a stop here. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receiver is usually a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside. Not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? The back's got it. Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid game, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
They make the tackle, but that's an excellent gain. Moves the ball to the 33.
Well, the defense better start adjusting, realizing the RPO is coming at them. Feels like they're just sitting back, worried about the potential big play through the air. Meanwhile, this offense is running the ball right down their throat.
That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. The Cardinals line up on 1st and 10 now. And a nice gain there in the scramble. He saw an opening and tried to get there with his legs.
Boy, the defense trying to get after this quarterback. I love the concept. I love the idea. Here, they don't give up the big play. They prevent him from getting out and picking up huge yards.
And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal yardage to the 9. And the Cardinals hoping to punch it in here. They have 1st and goal. Pass caught. Can he get it? Touchdown, Cardinals. To stretch the lead, the route is on. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Tackled on the play, but there is a flag down.
Holding. Receiving team.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Defense stops him short of the first down marker, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of play. Well, Kirk, Louisville has the lead here. We've played 3 quarters with a chance to stay alive for the national championship. Let's check out the game summary here so far. And now entering the final period of play, is there an epic comeback in store? We're going to find out. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Caught on the outside. It's Fisher. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. 1st down. Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a 1st down. You snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. They got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
Man, how impressive have these guys been in this football game? I really expected to see a very different outcome with the hype of this quarterback and the way he's played most of this year. But this defense has held him under 200 yards passing. They've got a nice lead, and they are not sitting back and resting on the...
And the pass rush has got him again. Back-to-back sacks.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
Got it.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Well, the quarterback knew the one thing he can't do here is take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. Now, he didn't pick up the first down, but he gave him a shot. I think he'll get some love from his guys for that effort.
Fourth down, looking to throw for it. And is intercepted. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
First down, looking to throw the football. Dump ball's caught by the running back. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. Made the catch, but he was surrounded for not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
The Cardinals trying to punch it in. It's first and goal. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Can't reach the goal line. They tackle it inside the 5. Ball sits at the 2-yard line for third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Touchdown, Louisville. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly. So the offense flexing, Kirk, and stretching the lead here now in the second half.
Well, you can catch your breath here a little bit if you're this offense. That touchdown can help you out. But now your own defense can help you preserve the lead so you can go back out and continue to build upon that to the finish.
And here's the return from inside the 5. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Picks up some blocks. Still going. It's a foot race. Can they catch him? No! Touchdown. That is an unforgettable moment for that kick return. A touchdown in a playoff game.
Great blocking to set this return up, and of course you can see his natural instincts as a runner. Once he got through that initial surge from the coverage unit, nobody's going to stop him from scoring.
Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And the hands team able to make the crucial recovery. And the Louisville offense is back out there on the field. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. They'll work the clock here with their running game. It's a 2-yard gain. Second and 8.
Everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Okay, it's third down after that run. Receiver in motion now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They pick up the first down. Tackled at the 25.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And that run produces a decent gain.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
So the job is simple here. Just take a knee, run out the clock, and begin the celebration. One of those critical third down plays coming up. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.